Well, welcome everyone to today's NMD Live, except we're coming via Zoom today. And I have the awesome Marc Dragan. For some of you, you may or may not be aware of how long Marc's actually been in the business because he looks so young. It's that good juice plus. Today he's looking even younger because you can't see him. So it's good. But I start off the call, every one of these calls, I've started them off with, first of all, tell us how long you've been in Juice Plus and how long you've been a National Marketing Director, just so people can get a bit of an idea.
Thank you, Celine. Yes, I'm looking very good on the screen today. 20 years. I started when essentially just after Juice Plus started in Australia. So it's 20 years in May. I started in May of 1998. So it's quite remarkable, and they say time flies when you're having fun. Well, obviously, you have no idea how fast it flies. So, and I must say, looking forward to the next 20. So, yep, I'm one of the originals, and love everything about the company and the people and the business. So, it has been a wonderful journey for us, and to watch all of the new and emerging leaders and growth of our company over the last, particularly the last 5 or 6 years, been quite remarkable.
Yeah, it's been awesome. So over that time, over 20 years. So first of all, guys, just think about it. Some of you were only babies when he was getting going. It's like that when I say I've been in the industry for 30 years, 25 years full time. People look at you and go, "Yeah, I was really young when I started." But God bless Juice Plus. It keeps us going, keeps us excited, and that as well. But over that 20 years, there would have been lots and lots of lessons along the way and lots of learnings. But obviously, through the lessons, you've grown because you're still here and you're still going and adding so much value. Marc is one of those guys that I can ring up and say, "Marc, I need you kind of, to do a call or jump over to New Zealand and go do something for it." And he'll just put his hand up and go, "Yep, no worries, mate. I will get that happening." And he's just one of those guys who's got a huge heart and just continues to sow into the business, even though he doesn't need to, 20 years down the path. So I'm sure there's been some amazing lessons. What's the first kind of lesson or learning or whatever that you would like to share with the team today, especially those that are just getting started on their journey?
Well, I think the first one that is vital, and I'll sort of do them in order, I suppose, would be that you must have a massive belief. I remember doing a presentation at one of our national conferences about belief. I'm not sure if you saw that one. Celine, might have been before your time. Anyway, but it was all about belief in Juice Plus, the product. Obviously, we need to be a product of the product. It's pretty hard to answer the first question that often comes up when you're talking to people about Juice Plus, which is, well, how long have you been taking it? And you're not taking it. So you have to have that massive belief in Juice Plus. And why wouldn't you? I mean, with over 30 studies published in peer-reviewed medical journals, you just objectively cannot, nobody could ever say Juice Plus is not an amazingly beneficial product for the human body. So that's number one. You've got to have that belief in the product. Number two is belief in our company, in our Juice Plus company. I've been fortunate to see the transitions, the ups, the downs. Not that there's been many downs, but there's always blips on the radar, as you know, in 20 years in business, as you know. So you have to have that massive belief in the company, and just look at our mission statement: to help as many people as possible realize their dreams. It's done it for us. I can name 100 people it's done it for, probably 200 people it's done it for. So our company is there for us at every step of the way, and the innovations that have been brought in the past 20 years, my goodness. Email was just new when I started. I got asked, "Have you got an email account?" Go figure. And I didn't. I had to get one. I had to get a computer and I had to get an email address so I could, keep up with the times. So, the innovations the company's brought forward through the increasing our product line through the virtual office, through now all of the Facebook and social media information that's going out multiple times daily. It's the world is connected, and the Juice Plus world is connected. So, belief in the Juice Plus company is not hard to have when you look at their track record. You look at the fact that our company has never missed a check since 1970, never, to the franchise base. So, we have a history of rock solid support for each and every franchisee. We have a history of success. The sales figures blow me away. I think you might have sent a private message out, Celine, about the fact we've done over 10 billion. That's with a B, $10 billion in sales globally. So that belief has to be there. And if you're new, obviously that will come. That takes time. But do your digging, do your investigation, do your research, ask lots of questions, and it gets better and better. The Juice Plus company seriously just gets better and better. And the third one is belief in our industry. And for many people, that's perhaps the most difficult because of misinformation, I would say, and as Donald Trump would say, fake news, because of misinformation that's out in the marketplace, and because of that old chestnut pyramid scheme, that's been out there for 50 years, then some people don't realize the power of our industry, how beneficial it is for busy people, how wonderful it can be for those who embrace it and work it properly, and how it is changing people's lives on a daily basis in a world that is changing, particularly a world where the employment market is changing so drastically all around the world, where people are no longer, I suppose, a person, they're just a number. In many companies. That's not in our company. Each and every individual is treated with dignity, with respect, with love, with being embraced by the Juice Plus family, and belief in this industry that has, particularly for women, not just solely, but it is, if we're honest, it's majority women who make up our industry. It is vital if you really want to break through and take your business to a level where it can provide you what I call financial security. Doesn't have to be financial freedom, but financial security. So belief in the industry is vital. In our product and company is easy. When you do your digging, belief in the product and the company is pretty bulletproof. Belief in the industry is a different beast. It's something you just maybe need to take the time to go to some seminars, to get online and listen. I know a national marketing director who I know really, really well, and everybody actually knows this national marketing director really well, struggled with this for a long time. And I'll say it's a female, actually did some personal development around getting her belief to the level where it needed to be in our industry. And, the sky's the limit for this national marketing director. So that's number 3. And number 4, which, again, some people struggle with because they may not have run their own business or had super success in their work or necessarily family life, is belief in yourself. So belief is vital. And we all need work in different areas, whether it be ourselves, whether it be in the company, in the product, or in the industry. But there's help at hand. There is so much information out there now that wasn't available to us when we started, but it's everywhere now, that you can start your journey into getting your belief. If you've got the belief strong enough, why it's so important is because there will always be roadblocks. There will always be speed bumps. There will always be blips. There will always be times when we feel sorry for ourselves. There will always be those times. But when our belief is strong enough, you just flick them off with your finger. Literally, you flick those little speed bumps off your shoulder with your finger. So belief is number one. That's what I would say first and foremost, would be have that massive belief going forward. Number two.
I love that. I'm just going to come back to that for a second, because even I was just on a coaching call earlier on, and this person was asking me about the questions that we're getting around, pyramid schemes, and this is one of those things, and all the rest. And this person is has a different profession, and they've come now into the Juice Plus business, and so a lot of the people around them are what we would classify as quite well educated, but are really poo-pooing the decision.
Yep.
And I said it will always come back. We will notice that these kind of questions will come up in the areas where our belief is actually not the strongest. Because when you get that rock solid belief, and Drags, you probably would have seen this over the years, you don't tend to get questioned as much because people will follow certainty. And so when you're really rock solid on it, you don't kind of tend to attract those questions. But even if you do, B, you're already so certain in it that it's not even a hiccup for you. It's just kind of think, oh, you know what? I don't know whether this is for you, but this is why I love it. And people can make up their own minds and whatever. So I would really encourage every one of you to regularly do an audit, a scale of 1 to 10 on each of those beliefs: product, business, the company, the industry, and the self. Where are you on 1 to 10 in each of those areas? And then go to work where you need to go to work. So excellent. Cool. All right. Next one.
Next one is, I'm not sure if it's been shared, but I've seen it pretty much with every national marketing director that I've come across over the years, and I've come across hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands by now actually, is find a buddy. That buddy could be Celine Egan. That buddy could be your sponsor. That buddy could be your life partner. That buddy could be your friend. That buddy could be somebody you've sponsored. That buddy could be your sponsor's sponsor. It doesn't matter. But you have to find someone who is as enthusiastic, perhaps more enthusiastic, and has the belief going forward, because that rubs off. Show me who you're hanging out with, and I'll show you who you'll be like. I've told my sons ever since they could talk and listen. I've told them this multiple times every year, and it's so true. And it's same in our business. If you find the right buddy, the business is 10 times easier to do. It really is. So find a buddy to work with, to share with, to cry with, to whinge to. We all have a whinge now and again. I think Danny Martin says a beautiful one about that. Would you like some cheese with that wine? All right. But find a buddy, because accountability and encouragement and enthusiasm are everything. So you'll almost certainly find, and I can give you examples, obviously, going right through myself and Steve Coulter. When we started, we were joined at the hip in this business. Tamara and Bronwyn, Hillary and Bronwyn, Natalie and Tracy. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And of course, your buddy can be somebody overseas. For a long time, we had some orphans in Australia who were sponsored by overseas people. I mean, Linda Evans, a classic example. And her buddy was overseas. But these days with technology, that is nothing. That's a Facebook Live or Messenger or whatever it is away. So find a buddy would be my number 2 main lesson, because over and over and over again, it's a recurring theme in our company. I agree. I think it is a great one, and your buddy may change over time as well. Correct. Absolutely.
Like you just said, in the beginning with Steve, and then you and Vicky have worked the business together, and different people at different times. You and John, and so it is about I suppose that evolving. But also, what I would say to you in that is, be the buddy that you would want to have. Okay, so when you are in that buddy, it is a safe place to be able to kind of have your conversations, but at the same time too, don't Don't allow yourself or your body to sit in that pity party. You know, absolutely have the conversation. Sometimes we all just need a good old whinge, get it out, get it off our chest. But then it's a kind of case of, okay, right, we're getting above the line now. Okay, we're done with that kind of thing. Pick ourselves up. So don't kind of stay in the pity party, but move up. So be the type of buddy that you would want as well. Somebody that is the cheerleader, somebody that is that sounding board, somebody that is the person that challenges you to play at that at the highest level. So to play at your best, to be the best version of you. So absolutely, I love that. So find a buddy. Alrighty, next one, Mark.
My next one is the most important of all, and it's not spoken about very often. And I did a presentation on this just recently with the team in Perth, and I thought about it a lot. I've thought about it a lot the last few years, sort of reflecting on how lucky we are to have Juice Plus in our lives and what the Juice Plus business has afforded us to do in our lives. Mm-hmm. And it sort of hit me like a lightning bolt. There's really only one thing that'll guarantee success, and that's to work hard.
Yes.
Nobody is successful in any endeavor in life without working hard at it. And that goes for relationships, that goes for parenting, that goes for business, that goes for sport. And I've experienced all those things, you know, run our own business, been a professional sportsman, been married well, I've been with my wife since, you know, she was 15 and I was 17. We've got 2 kids now who are, you know, at university. So I've sort of experienced it, and it just keeps coming back to me that it's all about hard work. If you work hard at your Juice Plus business, it will repay you in spades for decades on, not just years. In our case, it's been decades. So there is no substitute for hard work. It doesn't come easy. Some people you might see and you might think, wow, that person's always smiling. They're always so upbeat. They're always so energetic. Trust me, they work just as hard as the next person who's been successful. So It hasn't come easy to them. They've had to work at it. They've had to use stolen moments. They've had to use times when the kids are in bed. They've had to maybe sacrifice them going out. They've had to maybe not watch TV. They've had to maybe work on weekends. They've had to maybe travel a little bit to support their team. They've maybe had to get on conference calls and do some personal development. It's just a no-brainer, but it's not always spoken about because a lot of people don't like to work hard.
Yeah.
So
it's an important one. It really is.
So I'll rephrase it, Celine, if I can. It's not hard work. It's working hard. Yes. You need to work hard because hard work has a connotation that we don't want to do hard work because it's hard, right? It's not hard work, it's working hard. So I would urge everybody, if you work hard at your Juice Plus business, give it that 2 to 5 year commitment, then you'll be on this call in 20 years' time, you know, telling the same story. Loving life, going on holidays, living large, doing whatever you wish to do. But you must work hard. And when we think about it, when we find something we really enjoy or really like doing or can see a summit that we never thought possible in our life, working hard at it is not a chore. It's a pleasure. So, yeah, that's the most important of all, is to work hard at your Juice Plus business and stay the course, find your buddy, get your belief, and the world's your oyster.
I love it. And this morning, actually, I don't know, in some of the groups, I actually shared I love the daily inspiration from Darren Hardy. And his one today was actually about doing the grind.
Grind. I saw it.
That very thing, same thing.
Yeah.
Get out there and put the work in. Like, you know, sometimes we can look at it and we can kind of see, again, the highlight reel. We can see all the bright, shiny, the holidays and the experiences and all that kind of stuff. And we forget that behind that actually was hard work. You know, people say to me oftentimes, oh, I'd love to do what you do. And I sometimes say to them, would you? Would you really? And that, because again, it is, you know, that's that front bit, but are you prepared to do the work that actually gets you there? I said on one of the calls I was on last night with one of the teams that this business is, you know, is again, it's a simple business, but it's not easy, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be at the top, and that you've got to be prepared to put the work in, and that's showing up each day. It doesn't have to be difficult. It's just doing the high paying activities each day and showing up and touching that business every day, and being productive in it. So I love that. I love those, Mark. You know, again, starting off with belief. It's the foundation of everything that we do. And if you notice, if you look behind every event that we plan, we're actually working on every one of those beliefs, you know, with you. There'll be something around product, about industry, about the business, and that we're actually working on those. We've got so many different training things that you can actually access that help you on that belief around self. And of course, finding that buddy. Who's going to be your buddy? If you haven't already got one, who is your buddy? Is it an upline, a downline, a sideline? You know, who is your buddy that's going to hold you to account? And are you going to be the best buddy you could possibly be? And then to wrap it all up in a bow, work hard, go to work. Again, on a call last night, I talked about the fact that this is, you know, it's people say 4-year career. It's a 4-year apprenticeship. You know, really and truly, if you're going to university for 4 years, you would be churning up to every class, doing what you needed to do, and not expect to get paid for it until the end. Whereas you kind of get to be able to serve your apprenticeship, learn and do at the same time, and earn as you go. So it's not like, you know, you're suddenly it's all going to be right. I love those, Mark. They were awesome.
It's a pleasure. And as we've said all the time, it's not rocket science, but as you so rightly said, it's not easy. You got to do the do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Fantastic, my friend. Absolutely awesome. Again, some great wisdom there. And as you can see, team, just put some of these principles in place, and you too, 20 years down the track, actually an awesome, and, you know, still many, many more years to go, an awesome career, awesome opportunity. And I've loved watching the journey and been able to do part of it with you, Mark. It's been an absolute pleasure. So thank you again, my friend.
It's been an honour being on. Thanks, Celine. Thanks, everyone. See you later.